Anthropic's $100 billion valuation. The next big thing in AI? Imagine a startup valued at over $100 billion without even actively seeking funding. Sounds like a Silicon Valley fairy tale, right? But that's exactly what's happening with Anthropic, the artificial intelligence powerhouse positioning itself as a major rival to OpenAI. According to insiders, the company is quietly fielding preemptive investment offers from venture capitalists, VCs, who are eager to get a piece of the AI pie, even at a jaw-dropping valuation. And this is the part most people miss. Anthropic isn't even formally fundraising yet. These offers are coming in unsolicited, a testament to the frenzy surrounding AI and the belief that Anthropic could be the next big thing. But here's where it gets controversial. Is a $100 billion valuation justified for a company still in its early stages? Or are investors getting swept up in the AI hype? While Anthropic's technology is undeniably cutting edge, the AI landscape is crowded, and success is far from guaranteed. Could this be a bubble waiting to burst, or is Anthropic truly the future of artificial intelligence? Let's dive deeper into what makes this startup so compelling and so polarizing. First, it's important to understand why VCs are throwing money at AI companies like Anthropic. In Silicon Valley, preemptive funding has become the norm for top-tier AI startups. Investors are betting big on the transformative potential of AI, and they're willing to pay a premium to secure a stake early. Anthropic, with its focus on advanced AI models and ethical AI development, has positioned itself as a leader in this space. But with great valuation comes great scrutiny. Critics argue that the AI sector is overheating, with valuations outpacing actual revenue and proven business models. Anthropic, for instance, is still in the early stages of monetization, and its long-term profitability remains uncertain. So, is this a smart investment or a risky gamble? That's the question investors and observers are grappling with. What do you think? Is Anthropic's $100 billion valuation a sign of its potential, or a warning sign of an AI bubble? Share your thoughts in the comments. This is one debate you won't want to miss. Anthropic's AI coding breakthrough. The trillion-dollar secret. The billion-dollar inquiry. What makes Anthropic's AI coding so exceptional? In the rapidly evolving landscape of artificial intelligence, one startup has emerged as a game-changer, launching an AI model that has left the coding community in awe. Just a year ago, Anthropic introduced a groundbreaking AI model that has set a new standard in coding, leaving competitors in Silicon Valley scrambling to catch up. A dominant force in AI coding, Anthropic has quickly established itself as the leading provider of AI coding intelligence, igniting a wave of introspection and frantic strategizing among tech giants in Silicon Valley. The pressing question on everyone's mind is, how did Anthropic achieve such remarkable proficiency in coding? Quinn Slack, the CEO of SourceGraph, a startup that utilizes Anthropic's models, aptly describes this dilemma as the billion-dollar inquiry. He likens it to the age-old debate of why Coca-Cola is perceived as superior to Pepsi. Even high-profile figures like Elon Musk are keen to uncover the secret behind Anthropic's success. His xAI startup is actively working to challenge Anthropic's dominance, while Mark Zuckerberg's aggressive pursuit of AI talent and infrastructure is similarly motivated by the desire to understand and replicate Anthropic's coding prowess. The stakes are high. The implications of Anthropic's advancements are significant. Since its breakthrough in AI coding just over a year ago, the company has seen its revenue skyrocket, now generating billions primarily from businesses seeking access to its coding models. Analysts predict that Anthropic could soon reach a valuation of $100 billion. A moment of revelation. Slack vividly recalls the moment he recognized Anthropic's monumental achievement. In June 2024, when Anthropic unveiled its Claude Sonnet 3.5 model, Slack was astounded. We immediately recognized that this model surpassed anything else available in terms of its capacity to generate extensive, high-quality code that any developer would be proud to claim as their own, he remarked. Without hesitation, Slack convened a meeting at SourceGraph to announce that Sonnet 3.5 would become their default AI model, powering their coding services for developers. Remarkably, he decided to offer it for free. While some team members hesitated, questioning the financial implications of such a bold decision, Slack was resolute. Anthropic has transformed the landscape, he asserted. In the startup world, if you're not adapting at that pace, you risk extinction. The preferred platform for vibe coding. Fast forward a year, and Anthropic's models now underpin many of the leading AI coding services, including Cursor, Augment, and Microsoft's GitHub Copilot. Even Meta has integrated Anthropic models into its internal coding assistant, DevMate. Interestingly, the AI coding startup Windsurf was on the verge of being acquired by OpenAI, but when Anthropic restricted access to its Claude models, the deal fell through. Windsurf has since returned to using Anthropic's technology. The viral videos of teenagers creating new apps and websites through vibe coding would not have been possible without Anthropic's pivotal AI advancements in June 2024. What's even more astonishing is that Anthropic's lead in AI coding has proven resilient. Its latest models, including Claude Sonnet 4, continue to excel in coding tasks more than a year later, a rarity in the fast-paced world of AI where new innovations emerge daily. Unraveling the billion-dollar inquiry. Despite the competitive pressure, Silicon Valley remains determined to uncover the secrets behind Anthropic's AI coding success. In the past, Anthropic would have published comprehensive research papers detailing the data, methodologies, and architectures that contributed to the development of Sonnet 3.5. However, the current competitive climate has led AI labs to keep their proprietary techniques closely guarded. In a recent interview, Anthropic executive Diane Penn provided some insights into the company's breakthrough. Co-founder Ben Mann also shared successful strategies during a podcast discussion. Business Insider spoke with several CEOs and founders of AI coding startups that depend on Anthropic's models, as well as a coding expert from MIT. Insights from industry leaders. Eric Simons, the enthusiastic CEO of StackBlitz, the company behind the popular vibe coding service Bolt.new, believes that Anthropic had its existing models generate and deploy code. The company then assessed the deployed code using a combination of human expertise and automated AI analysis. In software coding, distinguishing between good and bad outputs is relatively straightforward. Code either functions correctly or it does not. This binary outcome provides clear feedback that is invaluable for training and refining new AI models, Simons explained. Anthropic harnessed these feedback signals to enhance the training data and development process for its new Sonnet AI models. This reinforcement learning approach resulted in AI models that exhibited significantly improved coding capabilities, according to Simons, who was equally impressed by Sonnet 3.5's performance in the summer of 2024. Evaluating human versus AI performance. Ben Mann, co-founder of Anthropic, recently expressed his satisfaction that other companies in Silicon Valley have struggled to match his startup's AI coding capabilities. Many companies have faced crises trying to catch up in coding capabilities for quite some time and have not succeeded, he noted. Honestly, I'm somewhat surprised they haven't managed to close the gap, but I'm happy to take advantage of it. When pressed for insights, Mann elaborated on the factors contributing to Anthropic's success. In 2021, Mann developed Anthropic's human feedback data system, which allowed for straightforward evaluations of model outputs. This feedback was integrated into the AI development process using a well-known technique called reinforcement learning from human feedback, RLHF. As we scaled up our models, it became increasingly challenging to find individuals with the necessary expertise to provide meaningful feedback on these comparisons, Mann explained during the No Priors podcast. For coding tasks, someone who isn't already an expert software engineer would likely struggle to assess which output is superior. To address this challenge, Anthropic introduced a novel approach known as reinforcement learning from AI feedback, RLHF. Instead of relying on human evaluations, other AI models conducted the analysis. To implement this more automated method, Anthropic established a set of principles in English for its models to follow. A framework they termed constitutional AI. The process is quite simple, Mann described. You present a random prompt such as "How should I approach my taxes?" and have the model generate a response. Then, the model critiques its own answer based on one of the principles, and if it fails to comply, it corrects its response accordingly. For coding, principles can include questions like, Did it actually address the final answer? Or did it include unnecessary elements? Or is this code maintainable? Or are the comments informative and engaging? Man elaboratet. Empirical learning techniques. Elad Gil, a prominent AI investor and host of No Priors, agreed that the clear feedback from deploying code and assessing its functionality makes this process effective. In coding, you have a tangible output that can be measured. You can execute the code and test its performance, he stated. This provides an inherent utility function to optimize against. Mann shared an anecdote about his father, a physician, who once faced a diagnostic challenge with a patient. To identify the issue, he divided the patient's face into sections and applied different treatments, ultimately revealing the solution through empirical observation. Sometimes you simply have to experiment, and with coding, that's straightforward because we can iterate quickly, Mann remarked. Constitutional AI and its impact. In her interview with Business Insider, Penn highlighted additional factors that contributed to Anthropic's coding success. She affirmed that Simon's description was generally accurate, while emphasizing that Anthropic's coding breakthrough resulted from years of collaborative research and a multitude of ideas and techniques. We fundamentally enhanced our ability to write code and discern what constitutes good code through a process of trial and error, she explained. We present the model with various questions, allowing it to determine the correct answers to coding challenges. When asked about the role of constitutional AI, Penn refrained from disclosing too many specifics but confirmed that it is certainly integrated into the models. Tool utilization without physical interaction. Anthropic also focused on training Sonnet 3.5 to improve its proficiency in utilizing tools, a crucial aspect that has begun to transform AI models from mere chatbots into versatile agents, which the startup refers to as virtual collaborators. They lack physical hands, Penn noted. So we trained Anthropic's models to autonomously write code to interact with digital tools. For instance, if an Anthropic model is tasked with retrieving weather data or stock prices, it can generate software to connect with an application programming interface, API, a standard method for applications to access data. Adhering to instructions. As software coding projects